Hello students, I hope you all are fine and safe. Now today we'll start up with the second lesson in geography and the heading of the lesson says Population Dynamics. We'll study this lesson in portions, so this is part A. So let's begin. We'll start with the heading of the lesson, that is population and dynamics. Now population is defined as the number of people living in an area. The people of a country form a country's real wealth. It is the people who makes use of country's available resources and decide its policies. Hence, a country's development depend on its people. And dynamics are the forces which stimulate growth, development, change within system or the process. Hence, population dynamics refers to changes in a population over time. It includes four variables, that is density, dispersion, age distribution, and size. Next we come to population distribution. Now population distribution means the pattern of where the people live. Now the world population is unevenly distributed. Places which are less populated contain few people, while places which are densely populated contain many people. Broadly, 90% of the world's population lives in about 10% of world's land area. Now, the 10 most populous countries in the world contain about 60% of world's total population. And out of these 10 countries, 6 are located in Asia itself. Let's have a look at the 10 most populous countries in the world. Now here you can see the top 10 most populated countries in the world, and China is on the first position, followed by India. Now we'll study the factors which affect the distribution of population. Now the factors can be divided into geographical, economic, social and cultural factors. So let's study them one by one. We'll start with the first factor, that is the geographical factors. Now the first one is availability of water. This is the most important factor because water is needed for life. It is used for drinking, bathing, cooking, and for various agricultural, industrial, and navigational purposes. Now, for this reason, river valleys are among the most densely populated areas in the world. Next comes the climate. Now, climate is another important factor affecting population distribution. Now, areas with comfortable climate have more population than areas with extreme and harsh conditions. Therefore, the temperate areas of the world, they have got higher population. The third point is terrain. People prefer to live on flat and gentle slopes because such areas are favorable for agriculture, building roads and industries. For example, the Indo-Gangetic Plain are among the most densely populated areas in the world, but the mountainous areas in Himalayas are sparsely populated. The next point is soil fertility. Now, soil plays an important role in determining the population. Areas with fertile soil are highly populated because of high agricultural production, whereas the desert areas with infertile soil are sparsely populated. The next point is natural vegetation. Now, natural vegetation plays an important role in determining population distribution of the world. For example, the dense forest areas of Amazon do not support high population, but on the other hand, grasslands of the world are densely populated. Next, we come to economic factors, and the first point is urbanization. Now, cities offer better opportunities in sectors of employment, education, and medicine. Therefore, attraction of city life draws people to cities. Next point is industrialization. Industrial regions provide job opportunities and hence attract large number of people. For example, the Kobe-Osaka region of Japan is thickly populated because of large number of industries. Then the next point is mineral resources. Now mining generates employment. Therefore, skilled and unskilled workers move to these areas. Now one example is The Katanga-Zambia copper belt in Africa is densely populated. Now next we come to social and cultural factors. Now places of religious and cultural significance attract more people. Sometimes people move away from places with social and political unrest, and sometimes government incentives also make people to move to sparsely populated areas or move away from overcrowded places. Next we come to population density. Now the density of population can be defined as the ratio between the number of people to the size of land. Hence it is the number of people in a place divided by the area of the place. It is usually measured in persons per square kilometers, and the formula for density of population is population upon area. Now what affects population densities? Now countries which have high population densities usually have more desirable physical features, that is moderate climate, flat lands, and are rich in natural resources. Now we'll see two different areas which come under population density. And the first one is the areas of low density. Now, areas which have population density of 1 to 2% per square kilometer fall under this category. The reasons for low density are very high or very low temperatures, very heavy rainfall throughout the year, and thick forest cover. Now, the main areas are hot and cold deserts of the world, like the Sahara Desert, the Atacama Desert, Greenland, etc. Next we come to areas of moderate density. Now areas with population density below 200 persons per square kilometers are areas of moderate density. Now the reasons for moderate density are less rainfall, shallow and less fertile soil. Now in the world the areas of moderate density are South India, Western China, Denmark, Norway and Western United States. The next one is areas of high density. Now areas with population density of more than 200 persons per square kilometers are areas of high density. Now the reasons for high density are the fertile soils, abundant water supply and moderate climate with industrialization. The higher density areas include Asia, Europe and eastern part of United States. Now in Asia, China, India, Bangladesh, Singapore, they have a very high density of population. The areas of high population in Europe extend in form of a belt from English Channel in west to Danube River in east. Now this belt is known as the population axis of Europe. The countries included in this belt are Belgium, Germany, France, Portugal, Italy, etc. Next we come to population change. It is also known as population growth. Now population change refers to the change in the number of people during a specific period. Now this change can be positive as well as negative. For a long time, the world's population grew slowly because of high death rate, lack of medical facilities, food and other necessities were not readily available. But after 1970, the world population grew at an alarming rate now because of increase in food supplies, better healthcare facilities and availability of cheap goods because of industrialization. In the next picture, you can see the change in population. How did the growth of population change? Firstly, the population growth was slow, but then it took pace and it increased at a tremendous rate. Next, we come to the components of population change. The first one is the birth rate. The birth rate is the total number of live births per thousand of a population in a year. Now, birth rates ranging from 10 to 20 births per thousand are considered low, while rates from 40 to 50 births per thousand are considered high. The next one is the death rate. The death rate can be defined as the number of deaths per year per thousand people. Next one is migration. It can be defined as the movement of people in and out of the area. Next is immigration. Now, immigration is the international movement of people into a country of which they are not natives in order to settle there or to take up employment. The next one is emigration. It is the act of leaving one's resident country with the intent to settle elsewhere. With this, we come to an end of the first portion of our lesson. I hope you all have understood this portion well. The remaining portion, we'll do it in the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good day. Thank you.